Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Alright, our first story today. Ahsoka cast teases Sabine's mistakes and Ahsoka's mindset in what will probably be a high-stakes adventure. So, of course, Ahsoka Tano actress Rosario Dawson and Sabine Wren actress Natasha Bordizzo explained that Ahsoka will have all the action and adventure that fans of Star Wars have come to expect with the franchise, including high stakes.
Stakes? What are those?
Stakes.
I don't understand what those are.
Well, we also automatically get to be happier because Dave Filoni's writing it, and he just generally knows what's going on in Star Wars.
He doesn't know Star Wars at all. What are you talking about? The guy's a rookie when it comes to Star Wars.
While Andor coverage is the focus of the latest issue of Empire magazine, there is a brief aside given to two of the leading actors for the new live-action Star Wars show. Dawson explains that one of the things she's most interested in is finally giving the audience a clearer understanding of where Ahsoka is mentally and emotionally at the start of her series, something that's only been glimpsed at her appearances in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. She goes on to say, there have been two instances where Ahsoka's shown up on a mission, you see how she's interacting with folks, but you don't really get her, per se. Even fans who've lived with her for so long don't know where she's at now, like mentally in this journey. Which is very true. We don't.
No, we have no idea.
We see what she's doing, but we don't actually know what she's thinking, what her motivations exactly 100% are, where she's at mentally.
There's a huge gap in her story right now. Like, we obviously see her in Rebels, The World Between Worlds, and then she, she has that really strange experience where Ezra pulls her out a moment from death, and then what happens in the next 10 years, roughly?
Away.
Until we see her in The Mandalorian.
Bordizzo added some notes about her character arc for the series, noting that her character makes some crucial mistakes that could prove to be dangerous in the long run. She says, Sabine is so fearless and brave, with so much grace, but she still has flaws. She's making mistakes, and it's very high stakes in this galactic war to make mistakes.
War? Interesting choice of word there.
It is an interesting choice of words. But, of course, we don't know what exactly she's referring to or where they're going, or... So many questions.
I'm guessing wild space or the unknown regions, and
I'd be so happy for them to go somewhere new.
Just ascendancy. Come on, let's do something different. I was just talking about this in a video yesterday. Like, can we just go somewhere different? Kind of get a different. I love Ahsoka. Probably one of my favorite characters. No, definitely one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. But it's also the whole. Can we get something new? Can we get just completely new characters, new ideas, new stories? And I'm not opposed to the series in any way, shape, or form. I'm happy that she's getting her own series. I think that's cool. I think that's great. I think it could be fantastic. I just hope it is something that is going to deal with something completely different from, let's be a lead into the sequel trilogy or something. I mean, that's not just a criticism of the sequels,
but you want her to do their own entire thing.
I think that's why I kind of excited for Mandalorian season 3 is we're going to go deal with the Mandalorians. We don't know that has nothing to do with what we see in the sequels. The Mandalorians could be doing their whole own thing during that time, and it's different from the First Order and the New Republic. So I do hope Ahsoka let's go see what the Chiss Ascendancy is up to right now, huh? Let's see her kind of have to battle Thrawn and be a part of a bigger war that has nothing to do with, Empire and Rebellion and all that stuff.
Furthermore, Bordizzo explained that while watching Rebels is important to understand Sabine's backstory, it is not required viewing in order to understand the spin-off.
Well, that's always the key, right? Make it important and make it add depth, but not necessary.
She says it's great for audiences to have seen Rebels beforehand, but we've got a standalone chapter as it is.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You shouldn't have to watch Rebels, but you should definitely...
benefit from it.
Yeah.
Which she definitely says. It's great to see it beforehand.
It should enhance your viewing of Ahsoka, but not be like, I don't understand this series at all. Well, you gotta go watch Rebels to understand it. No, it should never be like... That's what I always say about the books and the comics. Like, I wish they were a little more relevant, but not to the point where, you didn't read... Darth Vader number 12, well, now you can't understand what's going on in the series, of course.
Well, no synopsis has been provided as of yet. Ahsoka is expected to follow the events of the epilogue of Rebels, based on the footage shown exclusively at the Star Wars Celebration Anaheim for their attendees.
And for anybody who found it illegally online.
Exactly. At the end of the series, Ahsoka arrived at Lothal to pick up Sabine, and they are both, committing to searching for Ezra Bridger. last seen flying into hyperspace with a Purrgil and Grand Admiral Thrawn in tow.
That sounds like the butt of a joke right there, or the start of one. I don't know. A Purrgil, a Grand Admiral Thrawn, and Ezra all went into hyperspace.
I mean, at this time, there's no casting news to even confirm the involvement of Ezra or Thrawn.
Oh, yeah,
but come on. We know we're going to get Ahsoka. We know we're going to get Hera. We know we're going to get Sabine. Darth Vader / Anakin. Who knows? Flashbacks, probably.
Force Ghosts, yeah.
Force Ghost. Who knows? We're going to see our second appearance of Chopper. C1-10.
He was the first one in of Rebels or anything to get a
he was cameoed
live
in Rogue One.
Yep.
The latest issue of Empire will go on sale on Thursday, which we should get more than news for Andor, and maybe a little bit more of this Ahsoka blurb. And it's Ahsoka is expected to release sometime next year, most likely after Season 3 of Mando.
Yeah, probably in the spring, right?
Yeah. I mean, what's most exciting for me about this new series is we don't know how any of these characters' lives progress. After we see them in Rebels, I mean, it's like we don't see them, like, talked about in the sequel trilogy, so we don't, we know where they're going to die, when they're going to die, what's going to befall them.
Well, we do see Hera. Hera has actually been in a lot of the new canon. She's been in, like, Alphabet Squadron. She was in the game, which...
But what's exciting is we don't know where their stories end.
No, yeah.
Which means there are real stakes, because somebody could potentially die in the show.
I hope so.
We don't know what their stakes are.
And then stays dead, not takes a lightsaber to the gut and comes back 2 episodes later, but...
Aren't you...
But no, that's, I want to see Star Wars progress and expand and do new and different things. Or not necessarily even new and different, but get to parts of the story that we don't know at all. And that's the problem with the sequels. Not love or hate them, like, all roads lead to the sequels. We know this is the New Republic's going to get blown up, and we know the Jedi Order is in chaos, and it's like...
But we don't know where these characters' road leads.
Certainly. I'm not opposed to exploring it. I just think... really for the health of Star Wars, for the health of the franchise, we do need to get to a point where we are somewhere where we don't know anything. Mm-hmm. And yes, I'm excited for Ahsoka. Yes, I think we could do some fun things with the series. I think it's going to be a good series. Dave Filoni he's got some, live action experience under his belt. We obviously know he can write Star Wars. Ton of potential here. Mm-hmm. I'm just one day hoping we get something completely new.
Okay, let's move on to our next little article-ish. It's not an article. Let's move on to our next talking point today. It is Wednesday, so I'm going to title this segment Collection Corner.
Okay.
Because I'm missing Obi-Wan Wednesday, and we kind of decided we'd talk a little bit about collecting on Wednesdays. As you know, we are collectors of the Star Wars Black Series line, and I have some gripes about the characters from Kenobi, so there might be some Kenobi spoilers if
you're that minor. One person Star Wars fan who hasn't...
Very minor, but I'm, upset that there's some characters that have been left out of the show's, product hype train. I mean, it doesn't mean they're not going to make one, but why give us 3 Kenobis when there are other figures, clearly left off the list?
Because it is easy.
But even the HasLab project is a dud. They gave you a saber that gets left behind in the end, so whatever.
The whole... I mean, we could do a whole video about the HasLab. I'm sure people who know the collecting and who are still listening know about the G.I. Joe HasLab that just went live and just blew the doors off the thing and is
funded in one day.
Yeah, and it's hitting all its tiers before they even announce them. And then we have the Reva lightsaber, which has 5 people backing it.
It's like they know how to make products for some people, but not others.
It's like Lucasfilm and Disney said, "Hey, we need you to make this Reva lightsaber because she's going to be really cool, and we want her to be really big." And and then when it comes to G.I. Joe, that's Hasbro's own property, so they make the actual cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about some figures we still want from Kenobi.
I'm down.
I'm going to top off the list with Young Leia.
I had the idea of the Young Leia, Young Luke 2-pack. Why not?
Yeah, why
not?
The
family pack where you just have
Owen, Leia
Beru, and you could just put the whole thing in there. They can charge $500 for that.
You could make that a HasLab project.
No, I don't know about that.
No, I'm just saying, give you a 2-pack of Luke and Leia. First tier adds in Owen and or Beru. Next tier adds in Bail and or Brea.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be not figures. They're supposed to be big projects.
I don't care as long as I get what I want.
Do 2 family packs where you got the Lars and the
Organas.
Yeah,
that would be so cute. Plus, we don't have a Bail.
No, we don't.
Which is a shame.
Kind of is.
It is a shame.
Maybe Andor will change that because I'm sure he'll be in that series quite a bit more.
Oh, we're gonna get a new Mon Mothma. We're gonna get a Mon Mothma in Andor.
He's gonna send some real detailed messages out to his spy network.
So I want Young Leia, Young Luke. I want Bail and or Brea, and Owen and or Beru. Those
I
are
think
like
Owen
top
and
of the
Beru would
list.
be really cool. I mean, if we're being realistic, I think those two would be the best chance to get made because they are, they're very iconic characters. I think
They are. But I think Bale just has been deserving a figure for so long.
Yeah, I think Bale could get
he didn't
many
get one
different
from the
figures.
prequels. He didn't get one from his appearance in Rogue One.
He didn't get his appearance in as a Pieces of Particles in A New Hope. Pieces of Particles. I think it's just particles.
Wow.
Well, yeah, we could do the post and the pre and the post family packs where, Owen Beru, we get the charred version, and then, Bale and Breha, we get the just little pieces of confetti.
I'm moving on. I want a Haja.
Okay. Right.
I want a Haja.
I'm surprised he wasn't, actually.
I mean, they already have a mold from him from their
No, they're
Eternals line. They have his face.
Legends and the Black Series aren't really quite the same.
But they have
sculpt.
but they have his like photoreal face already.
Yeah.
From doing his figure from the Eternals as Kingo.
Wouldn't be surprised if somebody's already kit bashed that together.
Probably. All right. Moving on. I want a Tala for like her rebel / Path outfit.
The Path outfit.
Yes, because I mean we're getting her officer outfit, and I don't really care for that. I know she was in it in like 2 episodes.
I thought you were an Imperial sympathizer.
But she is not an Imperial.
Ooh, fair enough.
She's not an Imperial sympathizer, so why am I sympathizing with her? Put her back in her rebel outfit. I'm done with her. I could go with a Rowan.
Okay. What about Wade?
Well, there's your particles that you wanted, right? Just give you a box of sand and tell you it's all the figures that are
all the figures that didn't make it.
You're horrible. No, I could do with a Rowan. Like I said, I think Rowan has potential to possibly pop up in Andor along the way.
He seems destined to pop. I have a lot of. There's a lot of characters like I bet you we're gonna probably see about them more in Andor because we always have to connect things. Which is fine.
I have 2 more figures I want. They're a little more off the kilt.
Okay. I thought Rowan was a bit off the kilt already.
No, Rowan was still good compared to the last 2.
Oh boy.
First off, I want
the woman who gets her hand cut off.
I want
detachable hand. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want the bounty hunter guy, kidnapper. I want Flea's character.
I'm surprised they didn't do that one just because of the, he's a famous musician. Yeah. Just kind of seemed like
I want that bounty hunter. But most importantly, I want
slow running action.
I want Dino Bounty Hunter.
Oh, that's another cool one that they could do.
He's so unique looking that I want him.
No, I want Flea's character with slow motion running action as it chases Leia.
No, you don't get that.
Oh.
Were there any that you were thinking about that I didn't mention?
There's not a lot of characters in the series when you really stop and think about it. I think
Fleck?
Fleck. Which one's Fleck?
Fleck. The guy, Moleface.
Oh, Moleface.
Maybe just more.
That seems like in the vein of like Hammerheads and Walrus Man. Like we'll call him Moleface.
No, he's got a name.
I know. Moleface. I'm just saying, old kind of figures. They were really just on the nose with some of the names before the EU came along and got a hold of all those characters and gave them epic backstories.
Epic.
But no, I can't actually think. The ones I would top of the list, I would actually like an Owen and Beru. I don't know if I want like old Owen and Beru or this Owen and Beru or even younger Owen. No, probably not the younger Owen and Beru, unless you want to throw a 3PO in there from episode 2. That could be fun. But no, I think you hit them all. There's really not a whole lot of.
I gave it some thought,
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of new characters or just characters in general in the series.
You want Kenobi's boss?
The water guy.
Now with scowling action, or Nari the Jedi, who we saw twice.
Hanging action.
No, God, you're horrible. I'm done with you today. Get out of here.
No, I like your suggestions. I think the young Luke and the young Leia and the family packs. I know they're probably something they would actually never do, but I think they could be fun.
Oh, if they did them, they'd be like $75.
Oh, easily.
Which is way more than they should be, even at like.
Even at $20 a figure, yeah. Well, no, $25 a figure. Even though Luke and Leia would count as half a figure, but it's funny how when a figure gets smaller, they don't like half the price, but when it gets just a touch bigger, they like double it.
Double.
Yeah, that it's deluxe. We don't get like minifigures; we just get deluxe or regular. It can be as small as possible. Like we got a Jawa coming, and it's like, oh, that's yeah.
I mean, I'm just annoyed with the selection they gave us. I mean, one Jack. We saw him very briefly, and he's just pretty much a redo of the Forlom figure.
Well, there you go.
And he's still not even up for pre-order because Walmart sucks.
Yep.
Can't get that, and our Purge Trooper Phase 2, because Walmart's not releasing them until the 21st of this month.
Even though they were supposed to have it up like a month and a half ago.
It'll be a month late by the time you can actually pre-order it. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's Walmart. But no, I like your list. I agree. Gets my stamp of approval for whatever that's worth.
We got 3 Kenobis and we couldn't get any of those other figures? Any?
Don't tempt them. They'll give us 4 Kenobis. I'm sure there's some other outfit.
That one he wore at the very end.
Yeah, well, that one's the cool one. If I was going to get
the comic one?
Yeah, I like that one. That's cause it's kind of from the old comic. I mean, not the old comic book, actually, but the newer comics. But
right.
Yeah.
But we don't get that one. Force Ghost Qui-Gon?
That's got to be coming, right?
I don't need that to come.
They're just going to pour, they're going to use the same mold, and they're just going to pour some clearish, bluish liquid in there like they do. No, they've actually kind of tried to do a little different with the Force Ghost lately.
Yeah.
They kind of got this weird kind of...
They give them that weird cape thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or don't like it, but...
It gives them some extra shimmer or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all we got for you this time. So now it's your turn to take to the comments below and tell us what you think about the Ahsoka series. Are you excited? Do you hope for something new and different out of it? Or let's go do Rebels vs. Empire again. And tell us what you think about the Kenobi series, Black Series figures. Are you happy with the assortment, or are there some you think are missing? Whatever the case may be, leave your comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.